Episode 3, Killer Smart.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Baby, you need to come bring me something to eat, because I'm starving.
I'm starving.
What do you mean I can't eat out on the corner? Unprofessional. You got me out here in stilettos and booty shorts, and I can't eat out here because it's unprofessional?
Ooh, you tell him, girl.
Oh, no.
Her reaction to her is...
What do we got?
Oh,
Prostitute.
no.
Looks like a homicide.
This isn't the first
Signs of
time that
sexual
she,
assault and strangulation.
walked
Bruise marks
in
on her
and
neck and a
found
few
a
pop
dead
blood vessels in her
body.
eyes.
Like,
Any witnesses?
Working group. I
Marishta.
thought I'd let you question her.
Looks like someone beat me to it.
She's still trying to make her quota. Hey, move along, pal. She's closed for business.
You guys wouldn't know where the nearest cash machine is around here, would you?
Mike Logan?
Mike Logan? Alright, good night, Larry.
Hey, I thought you retired.
Yeah, well, I kind of heard the same thing about you.
Detective Benson, Olivia.
Good to finally meet you, Detective.
I have no idea.
What brings you down here?
I'm working a lead on the Massapequa Mangler case. His first victim, prostitute named Angelica Moore. She was killed in my jurisdiction about 9 months ago. Been on it ever since.
Well, we appreciate the help.
We don't need it, but we appreciate it.
Ooh, a little sassy for them. Ray Curtis.
She's got a lock of hair missing, poor girl. That could be our souvenir.
Souvenir?
Each of the Mangler's victims is missing a lock of hair. They kept that info from the press.
That's interesting.
You know something?
Sex offender I busted years ago. Kept the same kind of souvenirs after each assault. And guess what? He's out on parole.
Ooh, it's great.
What do we know about the Mangler's M.O.?
All I know is he sexually assaults them, and COD is always strangulation. If your Vic's one of his, that'll be lucky number 8. Plus, he's smart. Takes his girls from different boroughs, but so far he's dumped all of them in and around Nassau County.
He's smart, but not too smart. Wait, where are we? Are we in Nassau County? I don't know New York. Is that in Harlem? I'm gonna go yes. Hey, we got it. How does it match? Sex assault, death by strangulation. Death, yep, she drowned everybody. We gotta drown her. Hey, what's up, Joel?
Well, the M.O. matches. That much we know.
Alright.
You have anyone you like for the Mangler?
A David Gondapour, a Robert Moffat, and an Ernest Limrose. All Johns who've been busted down here.
What's special about these guys?
They got noticed. Really above average creepiness. Moffat liked to use handcuffs, and Gondapour got busted for assault on Angelica Moore, but I got nothing to tie either one of them to the murders.
So where is this guy now?
Last I heard, he was in violation. His P.O. hadn't heard from him in 9 months, maybe.
Wow. An important detail? Yes? Correct! Why? Angela was killed 9 months ago. This sex offender's in big trouble! These
That's about when the killing started, right?
That's about when Angelica went missing. I'll sniff around, see what I can dig up.
these topics that you get to choose from.
Do we have
are
any
just
reason to think our Vic can be
great,
connected to the
man.
Mangler?
They're just,
CSU found some burlap
bon
fibers in the
appetit.
victim's hair. Same type of fiber showed up on 2 other victims of the Mangler.
Someone cut her up pretty good, though they look like mostly defensive wounds. If this is the work of the Mangler, I wonder why the change in MO.
Not to mention the fact that we found her body on the same street where she worked instead of in Nassau County somewhere.
Botched job, maybe? She got out of the car and he panicked?
Is there a reason to believe our victim was done in by the Massaquoi Mangler? Yeah, but doesn't fit. Correct. Oh shoot, I wasn't paying attention to that. Oh, burlap fibers. Boom.
Benson, should we go chat with the girl who found the body?
Hey, Curtis, I'm, real sorry about Deborah.
Thanks.
Girls doing good?
My oldest is looking at colleges, wants to teach special education.
Good. That's good. The clock's ticking on our witness here. What say we question her while she's still feeling cooperative?
Sweet.
What's your name?
Jenny?
That's your pimp who sent you a text message, isn't it? Give me his name and I can fix your problem.
All us around here got the same daddy. If I give you his name, these other girls would turn me in to get on his good side. That's how he plays us.
So, see anything earlier? Like, maybe a dead body and you went, oh no, or something like that, you know? Just. Well, let's talk about the victim.
Did you know the girl you found?
Mm-mm. I ain't seen her but once or twice. Don't even know her name.
Did Jenny mention a previous connection? I don't know. She just said that she, like, seen her once or twice. Oh, they all had the same pimp? Yeah, that's right. They were BFFs. They did crystal meth together.
Come on, Jenny. You said all the girls out here have the same pimp. You know her name.
Wendy. She was a new girl.
David Gondapur, Robert Moffat, Ernest Limrose. Those names mean anything to you?
Not to me. We call them Johns for a reason. No real names. That's how it works.
Did Logan connect her to these names? Wait, who's Logan? Wait, I'm confused. I don't know. Yes? No! Whoops. Sorry, I missed that one.
Did you see the victim at all today? Before you found her like this?
No, she kept to her side of the street. I kept to mine.
Can you disprove this? No? How can you make her cooperate? Have Logan work her over in the alley? Threatening to tell her pimp she wasn't working hard? Let her know there's a killer on the loose targeting prostitutes, threatening to take her kid away from her. She has a kid? I'm gonna do this one. Oh, he's the
Jenny,
other cop.
you said business was slow. As long as this guy is on the loose, no one is safe out here,
I
including
only know
yourself.
Mariska because I like her.
maybe
and
saw her
Ray
get picked
Curtis
up.
because my mom
Did you get a look at her,
likes
John?
him.
It was
Benjamin
a
Bratt.
red van. That's all I saw.
And that was the last time you saw her alive?
I don't
Yeah.
really know who this guy is.
You notice anything about this van? A license plate, a broken window? Maybe it'd been in an accident.
It was a funny kind of red. More like brick color.
That it?
Looked like any old regular van to me. Except for that.
Who was Wendy working for?
I don't know. I mind my own.
Come on, Jenny. You're no rookie. You know all the players out there.
I told you, I don't know who her daddy is.
Catch her in a lie? Yes, we did. Everybody has the same pimp. It's hard out there for a pimp.
You know what, Jenny? We can always take you to central booking, let you sit in the bullpen for a few hours, and try and jog your memory.
Arrest me? For what?
Jenny, give us the name of Wendy's pimp and we promise it'll never come back to you.
We call him Bankroll. He's out over on West 145th with all the other pimps.
Hoot, hoot.
Check it out. From this corner, you can see all the vehicle traffic coming in and out of this area. No wonder Bankroll hangs out here. He can keep an eye on the Johns cruising as girls. There he is. Let's go get him.
Let's go get him.
Morning, Bankroll.
You talking to me? I didn't know we was acquainted.
Detective Benson,
Oh, no,
Detective
we was
Curtis,
acquainted.
homicide.
Come on, man. I'm trying to read the paper and these people just got my latte right. Come on back later.
Relax, Bankroll. We just have a few questions for you.
Wendy.
Crane. She was your girl, wasn't she?
Who, me? Hell nah. I don't know no girl named Wendy.
Hell nah. Did he know Wendy? Yes. Who said he knew Wendy? Jenny. Boom.
We did our homework, Bankroll.
Alright, maybe she came to me for advice from time to time. That's all I'll say.
How's life as a pimp?
How many women do you have walking the streets right now, Bankroll?
Man, y'all be watching too much television. It ain't no Playboy mansion where I live.
There's a serial killer out there. These women are in danger. Get them off the streets at least until we catch this guy.
Lady, you act like the decision be all mine. All these girls care about is the next dollar. Clouds their judgment.
If I find out another one of your girls gets hurt out here, I'm going to hold you responsible.
He's like, I'm just gonna sip my latte. Alright, the van.
You see everything from this coffee shop, don't you?
Greatest show on earth, man. I ain't missed a night in 25 years.
How about a red van? Seen Wendy get into one of those lately?
Nah, nothing like that. Seen a sanitation workers van here last night. You know, New York's strongest. Maybe the cat you looking at worked for the city?
Do you think he saw the van? I think he did. How can you prove it? Bankroll drinks lattes, which keeps him very alert. No sanitation worker in their right mind will pick up a prostitute in a city-owned vehicle. Bankroll is likely lying because he doesn't trust the police. Curtis noted Bankroll can see all the traffic coming in and out of the neighborhood. And I'm gonna go with this one. By the evidence, it points to that one.
Wendy was your girl. I'm betting you watched her like a hawk. We know a red van picked her up last night.
Maybe not a red van.
What kind then?
I seen a white van down here a couple times. Figured it was just some bridge and tunnel CPA playing that plantation game. Got a sweet tooth for some brown sugar.
But it stuck out for some reason.
I remembered later that I seen Angel. That's Angelica. She got picked up in that same kind of van the night she went missing. Figured if I saw it again, I'd take care of business. But he never came back.
David Gondapur, Robert Moffat, Ernest Limrose. Any of those names sound familiar?
Who you think I am, man? The public library? I ain't asking people for no ID.
These guys would have stuck out. Not your typical John looking for a night away from Maud. They scared girls, even got physical with them. They were arrested. You'd know their names.
Man, it's always them cats from the suburbs. There was this Arab-looking dude down here once or twice. He had money, but I had to run him off.
Alright, you wanna go into more
Arab-looking
detail?
dude?
Yeah, man, you know, like Lawrence of Arabia and all that.
Lawrence of Arabia was English.
I know who Lawrence of Arabia is, fool.
Did he drive a red van?
Nah, drove a Escalade, white leather seats, nice. Scared Angelica real good, so we had a little conversation. Then the police showed up.
Does this conflict with Logan's story? What did Logan tell us? Oh my god, I don't even remember what he said. Dang it. Wait. Here we go, Logan. Okay, do. I don't know. Does it conflict? I don't even know what Logan was telling us. No? Got that with the skin of my teeth. Who was that Angela arrested with? Oh, shit. Okay. It was, I got this. I just saw it. Found the poor.
Then what happened?
I watched it all go down. Cops roll up. Arab fool would have got off with a warning if he could have stopped making words with his mouth. A few weeks later, he comes around again. Gives me $1,000 to have Angel keep her mouth shut. Ain't heard nothing about it since.
Uh-huh. So he roughed up Angelica, and you took a bribe to keep it quiet. Nice. Don't go on any vacations, Bankroll. We may need the pleasure of your company again. I'm not a big fan of racial profiling, but based on the physical description, sounds like we should talk to David Gondapur.
Yeah. Bum bum.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
We have a potential suspect in the case, but let's just say we don't want to scare him off with our gritty urban vibe.
You want to use the DA's office? Leather chairs and expensive books.
We'll get a better interview if he thinks we're treating him like a witness instead of a suspect.
No problem. I'll set it up. Mike.
Abby, good to see you again.
Likewise.
Well, now that I know who Logan is, I know it now.
Thank you for coming in, Mr. Gondapur.
May I ask why I'm here, Miss Carmichael?
We're following up on some leads in regards to the Massapequa Mangler case.
The Massapequa Mangler. I'm afraid I'm not familiar.
I'm afraid.
Do I need my solicitor?
That's entirely within your rights, Mr. Gondapur. But you're not a suspect. We just want to ask you a few questions.
Alright, let's talk about Harlem.
Have you ever been to West 141st
This
Street in
audio
Harlem?
is
Harlem?
great.
Whatever would I go to Harlem for?
Is there reason to believe the Gondapur was in Harlem? Yes, because that's where Angelica was. How do you know he's been to Harlem? Boom.
Mr. Gondapur, you were arrested for assaulting a prostitute on West 141st Street less than a year ago. Surely you remember.
Yes, of course. I did not realize that was in Harlem. Surely you must know then that the charges were
I
dropped.
bet you didn't.
The woman you were accused of assaulting, Angelica Moore, was murdered not long after your arrest. She is believed to be the Mangler's first victim.
I am very sorry to hear, but my arrest was a misunderstanding. I was lost. I asked her for directions. She volunteered to show me how to find the George Washington Bridge for $10, I believe. I naively let her into my car where she threatened to blackmail me with some story of being attacked. The poor girl, I wish I could have helped her somehow.
I think he's lying.
Mr. Gondapur, we have an eyewitness who saw someone matching your description with Angelica Moore.
My description?
A man of Middle Eastern descent. About your height and build, similar vehicle.
I am no more Middle Eastern than Manhattan is Midwest America. I am Pashtun. My people hail from Pakistan and Afghanistan, Southeast Asia.
I apologize.
Perhaps one of your male colleagues should finish conducting the interview for you. They may have a firmer grasp of geography.
Oh, he just brought sexism into the mix. Prepare to get effed up by Olivia Benson. Shit is not like that. Yes. What? I wanted to get tough and scare him. Show him not to mess with Olivia.
So you're a hedge fund manager, huh? Sounds stressful.
The purpose of a hedge fund is to negate risk so as to offset losses, Miss Benson. I leave the day-to-day stress of the market to day traders and money dealers.
Still, with this economy, it's got to put a lot of pressure on you to perform.
I play a lot of racquetball.
I play a lot of racquetball. Apparently, if you want to not have stress, play racquetball, everybody. And
You live in Brookville,
just
correct?
take
Gold
stress
Coast of Long
away.
Island, not far from Massapequa.
I also have an apartment on the Upper East Side and a home in Pelican Bay, Florida. Do you water ski, Miss Carmichael?
I'm really not a boat person. Thanks.
So glad I asked about that house in Florida.
You own a white 2011 Cadillac Escalade, correct?
Yes, as do a great many other people on Wall Street. 0% financing comes in very handy around bonus time.
Do you believe he owns the vehicle? Well, what did he say? I think that is his vehicle. Good job. Where's my star? Good instincts, why? His accent suggests good breeding. He wouldn't lie. Yeah, definitely wouldn't lie to us, man. His admission matches Logan's report in the pimp story. Hedge fund managers are inherently trustworthy people. You know, you can always trust them. His admission matches Benson's report in the prostitution story.
How about a van? Those ever come in handy?
Certainly not. I could hardly take investors golfing in something like that. That's why I have the Escalade.
Again, we appreciate your time, Mr. Gandapur.
Feel free to call my office should you wish another appointment. Good day.
Good day. I said good day, sir.
Ugh,
Do you think he's our guy?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
He was too
that's-
slick, too prepared. Like he knew this would happen.
Well, then the pressure's on. Keep an eye on him. See if he makes a mistake.
Hey, what's up, Raven? How's it going? Yes, the serious face only for Detective Ash. You know, 'cause you gotta keep your mind open on these
Forensics?
perps.
They didn't find
See if
much,
they
but the burlap
downcast their
fibers they
eyes
found on
to
our
tell that they're
Vic contain
lying,
traces of
which is,
something called
you know, the
atrazine.
obvious
It's a
signal of
pesticide.
lying.
New York put it on the restricted list last year. Only licensed professionals can buy it. Pest control, farmers, landscapers.
Detective Curtis.
Detective Curtis.
Benson, you remember the Mickey Trevino case?
I do.
Yeah, that
Like
was
it happened,
Cormac's
like,
collar.
2 hours
The gun
ago.
Trevino was using, he claimed to have found it hidden in the basement of his apartment building. Cormac was able to confirm. Here's a list of residents from 1998 onwards. Maybe you can do something with it.
Got it. We'll meet you there.
Also,
Logan tracked down that sex offender who
y'all should
violated his
definitely
parole.
follow
His name is
Raven.
Patty Jackson.
He's a
Get this.
part
He's working a landscaping
of
job in Sugar Hill,
the
2
Indy
blocks from where
Army
our Vic
stream
was
team,
found.
if I'm
Your case just got a whole
not
lot more interesting.
mistaken, unless I am
Keep me
mistaken,
posted.
and a really good streamer.
Patty Jackson, you're under arrest.
For what?
For
what? You're in violation, Patty.
Nah, me and my PO, we got it all worked out. My probation transfer got messed up, that's all.
Well, there's our rust color. The van's got red priming paint all over it.
I'll keep an eye on him while you search the van. Know what you're looking for?
The fibers found on the victim were burlap, and we know the mangler likes to use zip ties and duct tape to bind his victims.
We found some crystal meth
It
on
sounds like
Wendy.
he just poked
She had a
his
lock
belly.
of hair taken and she had been
We
cut.
got you now.
I'm thinking the killer used
You're
a knife to
under
scare her
arrest.
and then he used it to cut a lock of her hair when he was finished. There should
I
be
should
some
really
blood
be
in the
paying
van.
attention. Okay. Alright, we're looking for something burlappy and also a knife. Blood. The hell is this? Oh, zip ties. Burlap sack, duct tape, and crystal meth. Alrighty. Let's see. Well, I found the blood.
This is interesting.
That's
You wear a lot of jewelry,
not
Patty?
what I
I
wanted,
made
but
that.
okay.
I sell them at flea markets and stuff. It's not a restricted item.
What's in here? Looks like crystal meth to me. Oh ho ho. Circle it. Circle it. Circle it for proof.
Whoa, looks like crystal meth.
Hey,
You trying
that's
to lose
what I
weight,
said.
Patty?
That ain't mine.
Oh yeah, certainly. Just like everybody else says that. That ain't my crystal meth. What are you talking about, detective? I'm just holding it for a friend.
We got some blood here.
Word of the wise, Patty. You kill a girl in your van, you should worry about cleaning the inside, not painting the outside.
That's mine. I cut myself on a hedge trimmer.
Sure you did. Sure you did. Alright. Oh, we got some duct tape over here.
Duct tape. We'll see if the end piece matches up with any of the pieces found on Wendy.
Alright, that kind of looks like a burlap sack.
Burlap sacks of atrazine.
Hope you got your certified applicator license for that, Patty. That's a heck of a fine otherwise.
I don't know what atrazine is, but it sounds serious. And one of these looks like zip ties. Nope, that's the zip tie. Boop. What? Okay, that wasn't the zip tie. Is this the zip tie?
Zip ties.
Yeah.
Could be used in his line of work. We'll see if they're the same type as the ones found on the Mangler's other victims.
Alright, we got
All right,
everything.
Patty, I've seen enough. You're coming downtown.
You don't need to do that. I'll report on Monday, I promise.
Save it for the judge.
Yeah, I know, right? He would have passed out. Like, I cut myself on hedges. That lost a
Your
lot of
parole
blood.
officer says hi.
Coulda
Says he
killed me.
hasn't seen you in over 9 months.
Your apartment was almost empty. You staying somewhere else? Hotel, maybe?
I hate hotels. They remind me of the joint.
Let's see. Let's talk about your
Who
childhood.
did this to you? Hey, you didn't start out this way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Somebody made you real angry. Was it your mother? Older sibling? Who?
What do you know about it?
Ooh, okay, that was not important. Alright, let's get a little empathy in
Come
there.
on, Patty, I'm a guy. I know how it is. You have desires. Desires turn to fantasies. You can only hold those in for so long. So you satisfy them. You feel like your old self again, but only for a little while.
I ain't no killer.
You're not a bad person, Patty. You've got a sickness. And you can take the first step towards
It's a
getting
smidge.
better by
It's a
taking
smidge of a
responsibility
sickness.
for what you did.
Don't talk to me like you're some priest. I ain't stupid.
Oh, that was another red herring. Okay, let's talk about, Wendy.
So what happened, Patty? Did Wendy fight back? Is that why we found her in Harlem instead of some swamp in Nassau County?
Tell me this, smart guy. Any chance you ran into Wendy in Harlem? In your brand new white van?
I never saw that girl before, I swear.
Never, huh?
I swear. Can you challenge him? Yes? Yeah, we can. What evidence contradicts his claim? Patty's a scumbag and probably guilty of something. Jenny said Patty picked up Wendy right before she was killed. Jenny said Patty was Wendy's regular customer. Logan said Wendy was connected to Ernest LaRose. I think it was this one. I think right.
We have a witness that saw you pick up Wendy Crane the night she was killed, Patty.
Okay, look, maybe she was in my van. I was in jail for a long time, you know? If I break the law, I'm in violation. That's why I lied.
Are you sure that's the only reason why you lied and not, I don't know, because you murdered her?
You saying Angelica Moore never got into your van. Can you think why a witness might have seen that happen?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Can you prove otherwise? Yes. Correct. Who connected Patty to Angelica, the first victim? Bankroll said Patty is the mangler. Bankroll saw Angela getting into Patty's van. Bankroll saw Angelica getting into Patty's car. And Bankroll saw Angelica walk into Patty. I'm gonna go with this one. Boom, got my silver star.
We have a witness that saw Angelica Moore get into your van before you painted it.
We're not getting anywhere. Let's just book him for violating his parole, and we'll charge him for the murders when forensics gets back to us.
No, wait! Angelica wasn't my fault. It wasn't even my idea to pick her up. It was his, honest.
Ooh, who is him?
Patty, if you had an accomplice, now's the time to tell us.
This guy, he had a thing for Angel, okay? He tried to pick her up once, and something happened.
Oh, it's the British guy.
What was his name?
It's the British
I don't know, okay?
hedge fund
It was
guy.
just a one-time thing. He gave me a name and told me to bring it to his place so they could party, okay?
Great. Why don't you show us where his place is?
You know, actually it was, it was in my hotel room. One of those no-tell motels. I don't even remember which one.
Do you believe him? No, I don't. He knew. He knew where he dropped her off. He's sweating bullets. Yeah, he hated hotels. No, because of prison.
Enough, Patty. I know cops at Rikers who owe me a favor. They can make your visit there really uncomfortable.
I'm telling the truth, I swear.
You said this guy tried picking up Angelica before, but something happened. Any chance he was 5'6"? Arab descent?
I already said too much.
You tell us who he was, right now, and we can work out a deal with the DA. You wait, and you go down alone. All alone.
Let's try this again. 5'6", Arab descent.
You know him.
Oh,
The Arab guy. Who is he?
Slam.
Or are you so stupid you never even got his name?
He ain't Arab, he's Pashtun. He don't like to be called Arab.
Got him. Got Mr. Fancy
I think I want a
Pashtun.
lawyer now.
First smart thing you've said so far.
Oh, Olivia Benson, bringing down the sass.
I knew Gondapur was hiding something.
We have no physical evidence tying Gandapur to any of the murders. Believe me, if Gandapur's involved somehow, I'd love to nail him. But we don't have nearly enough for a warrant. Find a connection between him and Jackson. Sorry, but that's the best I can do.
Sorry, you know what? Sorry isn't gonna help.
Patty's parole officer
Push
was
this
able to get us his
investigation
employment file and
so we
several
can
other
catch
records
him.
from the landscaping company where he worked.
You think Gondapur was one of Jackson's customers?
The landscaper he worked for had clients all over Long Island. It's possible.
Anything.
Patty Jackson placed a call from his work phone to David Gondapur on October 20th.
The same day Gondapur paid $227, which Jackson collected. Looks like we found our paper trail.
Told you guys.
Mr.
Anything is
David
possible.
Gondapur, we have a warrant
Oh,
to search this
hello.
property for evidence relating to the murders of Wendy Crane and Angelica Moore.
Very well, please, come inside. Shall I have some iced tea made?
Actually, we'll start with the
yeah.
garden shed if you don't mind.
I don't trust your
When's
tea.
the last time you were in the shed, Mr. Gondapur?
I suppose I am in and out quite often. I like to do some of my own gardening. It relaxes me. Mr. Jackson and I have become fast friends as a result. He is quite talented.
I'll keep an eye on Gondapur while you have a look.
That means find clues. Okay, so what am I searching for this time? I'm searching for a bloody tool, a shovel, duct tape, zip ties, deodorizer, And a burlap sack. Okay, well, didn't take me too long to find a bloody tool.
Found some blood on this cutting tool. Could be Wendy's.
Sweet. Oh, found the shovel.
No surprise to find a shovel here. But if any of the dirt found on it matches the soil in which the Mangler victims were buried, that'd be powerful physical evidence to convince a jury.
Okay. Now we look for the duct tie. The duct tie? Wow. The duct tape. Oh, I guess we gotta go more this way. Okay, no, we gotta go more this way. Nope, there it is. It's like playing like one of those
More duct
games
tape.
where you
Same
have
as
to
the kind
like,
we found
look
in
for the
Patty's
missing
van.
items in the picture. Oh, what's this? Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho!
Air freshener. Could be the same type used in Patty's van to hide the smell of decomp. Forensics will be able to tell me if it's a match.
Alright. Now we looking for zip. Oh, I think I found the zip ties. I lied. Okay. Maybe not. Oh, found the burlap sack. Oh.
More burlap sacks of atrazine. The shed would make a perfect place to assault a victim. It's hidden, inaccessible. No way the nearest neighbor could hear anything.
Alright, now we're just gonna look for those pesky zip ties that always seem to give me a problem. Wait, are those it? No. Maybe?
Zip tie. Same brand, same color as we found in Patty's van. Forensics may even be able to tell if they're from the same store-bought pack.
Boom.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Mr. Gondapur, where is your counsel?
Don't tell me he's
I
gonna be
choose to represent myself in this matter, Your Honor.
Your Honor, Mr. Gandapur has ample resources with which to hire a whole team of lawyers experienced in defending clients charged with capital crimes.
Actually, Your Honor, my alleged co-conspirator and I wish to be tried together. We will be co-counselors, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we cannot have one defendant putting another on the stand.
Mr. Gondapur, are you and Mr. Jackson willing to be held responsible for your knowledge of court procedures, your ability to adequately cross-examine, and communicate your side of the story efficiently and effectively?
We are, Your Honor.
Then I see no problem with you representing yourself pro se. How do you plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
This is like the stupidest thing ever.
Not guilty?
Well done, Mr. Jackson. The rest of you will see you at trial.
It doesn't take much imagination to see what's going to happen here. They'll each point the finger at each other and create enough reasonable doubt, and both of them will walk.
And acting as their own defense will give them total access to each other. Plenty of time to get their story straight.
Yeah, but Gandapur is a shark. He'll figure out how to put this all on Jackson somehow while he walks.
Then get Jackson to roll on him first.
Jackson's a sex offender on parole accused of murdering 8 women. What can we offer him other than life in prison?
A chance to tell his side of the story without Gandapur pulling the strings. Shoot for the moon. If that doesn't work,
No,
divide
I know
and
that
conquer.
you can represent yourself in court, but to represent yourself and
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give
and
is the
your
whole truth without
co-conspirator?
omission?
I do.
Like, that's just outrageous. Okay, who am I questioning?
What makes you think Patty Jackson and David Gandapur are co-conspirators in the deaths of these women?
Aside from the
No, him.
physical evidence,
No, him.
I believe Jackson worked for Gondapur.
How so?
I believe they form what's called a dominant-submissive pairing you sometimes find with serial killers who work together. As partners, they were able to fulfill each other's appetites. Jackson for sexual violence, Gondapur for murder.
Objection, Your Honor.
Should you stop Logan from theorizing? Yes. No! Damn it! Can I restart that? Dang it. Let's talk about the victim's
Most
body.
of the Mangler's victims were found in shallow graves around Nassau County, but Wendy Crane was found in Harlem, in plain sight. Can you explain?
Patty didn't follow the plan. You see, Wendy had defensive wounds on her hands and on her arms. Something went wrong in the van. Patty panicked and he strangled her, then got spooked and tried to dump the body right there.
That's a shame. Is Detective Logan mistaken about the body? Oh yeah, I'm not even paying attention. I don't like this. Should we allow him or should we not? Like, why can't I just let him say what he has to say? Is he mistaken? No. What is one other important detail? Fudge. You see, Patty had defensive wounds on her hands and on her arms. Something went wrong in the van. Patty panicked and strangled her. Then got spooked and tried to dump the body right there. What is the other important detail? We didn't find it in his pocket. We found it in his van, so that's out. Was there a missing finger? I don't think so. I know the lock of hair. I don't think... No, that's completely wrong. It's gotta be this one.
But not so spooked he couldn't stop and take a lock of her hair.
Glitch.
Correct. He had a knife, and I believe those trophies to be extremely important to him.
Objection! Innocent until proven guilty.
Overruled. Innocent until proven guilty is a civil right, Mr. Jackson, not a basis for objection.
Ooh. Okay. Did I already talk about the trophies?
What caused you to think of Mr. Jackson when you became involved in the hunt for the Massapequa Mangler?
When I found out a lock of Wendy Crane's hair was missing.
Is this relevant? Yes. Okay, now we're neutral. How? Taking her hair was Patty's MO. Logan simply guessed. Like, he just guessed. He got right. He got it right somehow.
Why was that significant?
Patty had the same MO with the women he raped.
Objection! I am not a pervert.
Mr. Jackson is a convicted rapist. The locks of hair he took from those women were trophies, souvenirs, if you will.
Overruled.
We appreciate your time, Detective Logan.
Yikes, that was a rough start.
Mr. Logan.
Detective.
Need to brush up on your legal objections? Alright, argumentative. Defense is arguing with your witness or asking questions for effective tone, i.e. you expect us to believe this. Asked and answered when the same question is posed twice. Hearsay, relying on the testimony of someone other than the witness, and badgering, insulting the witness directly.
I bet you got a nice fat promotion when I got pinched, didn't you?
That's not the way it works.
You put the blame on me because you couldn't solve your case and you thought you were going to get fired.
No.
Yeah.
Objection.
He's being argumentative, right? And kind of badgering our witness, too. Well, not really. asked and answered. Hey, what's up? Hi, how's it going? I'm gonna go, badgering.
Badgering.
Sustained. Move on, Mr. Jackson.
You're trying to ruin my life to protect a bunch of whores.
Would you like to object? Yeah, I would say asked and answered.
Objection, Your Honor. The question has been asked and answered.
Objection overruled.
If I may, Your Honor, I would like to continue the
He
cross-examination.
already said that about ruining
Keep
his
it
life.
on point, Mr. Gondapur.
Oh my god, this is not boding well
I am
for
most
us.
curious, Detective Logan. How did you form your opinion on how my landscaper and I collaborated in the murders of these women?
I've been a detective for over 25 years, mostly in homicide.
Are you a psychologist?
No.
Criminal profiler? Any professional training on the psychology of serial killers?
No.
Well, your opinion can hardly be valid, can it?
Would you like to object? Yes.
Objection, Your Honor.
Argumentative.
Argumentative.
Sustained. Enough, Mr. Gondapur.
What physical evidence did you find to suggest that either
It's going
myself
good,
or
yeah?
my co-defendant are guilty of such ghastly crimes as the one suspected of the so-called Massapequa Mangler?
Burlap fibers found in Wendy Crane's hair matched that found in Patty Jackson's van and in your garden shed. Probably most telling was a cutting tool we found in the same shed with Wendy Crane's blood on it. There was also duct tape and zip ties found in the van and the shed that were an exact match for ones found on other victims.
Anything in my home?
Not that I'm aware.
So you found evidence in Mr. Jackson's van, evidence in my garden shed which Mr. Jackson had access to.
That's right.
None of my DNA nor hair samples, nor fingerprints found on any of the victims.
No. You were very careful in that regard.
Just one more question, Detective Logan. As a hedge fund manager, I made $25 million last year alone in salary and bonuses.
Who cares
That's
about
nice.
that?
Do I sound like the type of person who does his own gardening?
I'm pretty sure that's something. That's something in one of these things. Yeah, that's argumentative.
Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative.
Sustained. Mr. Gondapur, let's watch the editorializing.
I object to.
What is this, some kind of Marx Brothers routine? Get your ducks in a row, gentlemen, or I'll start holding you in contempt.
Sit down, you imbecile. No further questions, Your Honor.
The jury likes your case a little bit. Oh, Lord.
Gentlemen, to what do we owe the pleasure?
We've come to make you an offer, Mr. Cutter. One I think you'll find
They're
quite
already
generous
offering
given the
us an
circumstances.
offer.
What if Mr. Jackson were prepared to admit to being the Massapequa Mangler?
Just Mr. Jackson?
Manslaughter 2 for my co-defendant. 10 years, eligible for
Manslaughter?
parole in 5.
And you walk away with what? A
Manslaughter?
ticket for littering?
That's
Aiding and
murder.
abetting. 5 years in a minimum security prison where I am allowed to
Accidental
continue to manage investment funds for
Killing.
clients.
Is this a joke?
Oh, no, 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 no. Make a plea. Freaking life in minimum security.
You confess to the murders and will ensure that you and your co-defendant serve out a life sentence in a medium security facility instead of death row.
15 years, eligible for parole after 10. I don't have to remind you there's an election near. A sentence like this can be justified, but allowing us to beat the charges and go free, well...
Oh. Do I want to accept, or am I gonna have to try really hard in this next section of the trial and try to make sure that all the evidence pins on them? I mean, the jury is kind of liking where our case is going, even though it's screwed up. And I really don't want to replay the whole entire thing just to get to this point. I wish that there was an autosave where I could just load it up before the whole thing started and choose the right answers. But you know what? You know what? This guy, he's a hedge fund. I mean, he just said that he made like $25 gazillion last year. He's rich. He thinks that he's gonna get away with it. I don't think so. No deal.
No deal, Mr. Gandapur. Take my advice and spend some of that money of yours on a lawyer. See you in court.
See you in court. Okay, they will no doubt commit a number of legal errors. Be prepared to object. No expert knowledge. Okay. Merely for dramatic effect.
Mr. Jackson, when did you begin working on my estate in Brookville?
About 9 months ago.
Around the time the first of the Mangler's victims was found.
What? Yeah, I guess.
Earlier, Detective Logan speculated that we formed a dominant-submissive pairing, with you as the submissive. Could he be correct?
Would you like to object? I would say that is, argumentative?
Objection.
Oh wait, hold on. Or it could be no expert knowledge. How would he know about that sort of stuff? He's no
Your
expert
Honor, the
knowledge.
witness has no expert knowledge of the subject.
Sustained. Direct your questions elsewhere, Mr. Gandapur.
No way. I make my own decisions.
Mr. Jackson, the objection was sustained. If you don't know what that means, then I suggest we take a recess so your lawyer can explain it to you.
But I'm my lawyer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The police found physical evidence relating to the murders inside your work van, did they not?
Yeah, but that van belongs to the landscaping company.
Did anyone else have access to it?
Sometimes. Sometimes I'd leave it at the nursery. The other guys could have used it.
So many people with so much access to so much evidence. It would be very hard to say definitively who did what, wouldn't it?
Would you like to object? Yes. Yes, it would. I would say it's, argumentative. I mean, he's like trying to make grandeur gestures, like, you know, it would be very hard to say definitively who did what, wouldn't it? Like...
Objection, Your Honor.
Oh, there's no... Shoot. There's no argumentative, which means it's something else. Okay, so what question did he ask? I want to say asked and answered, but I also want to say leading. My gut is telling me leading.
Your Honor, defense is leading the witness.
Sustained. Move on, Mr. Gandapur.
The police found some burlap sacks in my garden shed. Fibers from the burlap matched ones found in Wendy Crane's hair. Do you have any idea how those fibers got on the victim?
No idea.
What were they for, those sacks of yours?
I bought some pesticide called atrazine. I have a license to buy it.
And you really have no idea how fibers from those sacks got on poor Miss Crane?
Oh yeah, this is asked and answered. Yeah.
Objection, Your Honor.
Asked and
The question
answered.
has been asked and answered.
Find a new line of questioning, Mr. Gandapur.
Well, what are you asking me that for?
What about the cutting tool, Patrick? The one found in the shed. It had Wendy Crane's blood on it.
I don't know. Maybe someone was doing stuff in the shed, like at night. I didn't see it, or I would have called the police.
You have to admit it is damning evidence against the two of us, really. I mean, it was my shed.
I guess so.
You guess so. How did a bloody knife get into my shed without you noticing a thing?
I think they're like turning on each other. And I think he said that twice. Let's go back. So he said, do you have any ideas how the fibers got on the victim? What were they for? Okay, blah, 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 blah. What about the cutting tool? Wendy's blood on it.
Objection, Your Honor.
Asked and answered.
The question has been asked and answered.
Objection overruled.
What? He just said the same thing like twice. How did they get in the shell? My shed? You really don't have any idea how they got into my shed? Like, that's the same question. Whatever, we still got it, man, somehow. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Murder, misogyny. Let's talk about... Wait, who are we questioning? I don't even know.
What is it, Patty? What is it about these women that makes you feel so powerless, so angry?
I don't have to answer that, do I?
Don't look at him for help, Patty. You're on your own. Or haven't you figured that out by now?
Oh, that was a red herring. Whoops. Okay, let's talk about the blood in the van.
Blood taken from your van was found to contain Wendy Crane's DNA.
Hey, what's
How did
up,
it get
Mar?
there?
I don't know.
Was Wendy Crane ever in your van?
No.
Is Jackson lying? Yeah, DNA evidence. Can't dispute that, Patty. Ooh, I don't remember interrogation. Ooh, I don't remember that. Nope, that wasn't it. That wasn't it either. Okay, here we go. Okay, maybe she was in my van. I was in jail for a long time, you know. Okay. During interrogation.
Well,
I'm doing
I'm
good, thanks for
confused,
asking.
Mr. Jackson. Because according to the statement you made to detectives, you claim to have let Wendy Crane in your van to solicit her services as a prostitute.
That's not true. They made me say that.
Did they put her blood in your van too?
I don't know how it got there, but it wasn't me.
The cutting tool we found in the garden shed, the one with Wendy Crane's blood on it? I suppose you don't know how that got there either.
Nope.
What about the fibers found in Wendy Crane's hair? The ones from the burlap sacks of atrazine in the shed. Ones you put there.
I didn't bring anyone back there, okay? It could have been him, you know.
Can you prove it was not Gandabar? I hate these questions. I don't know, I need like a magic 8-ball to tell me yes or no. Can you prove it was not Gandabar? Alright, we got a 50-50 shot of getting this question right. I mean, it's either yes or it's no. Let's call for a 15-minute recess. Oh, card. Why not? Oh god. Wait, why are we not ruling him out? I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah. Excellent work, counselor.
Let's see if I can paint an accurate picture of what happened to these women.
You do what you want. I'm through talking.
You pick a girl, you put them at ease, you give them some crystal meth to disorient them.
I don't give those chicks nothing. They bring it if they want it.
Oh, really? What about the meth we found in your van? What about that, huh? Boom!
Exhibit A. One jewelry box of your own design, found in the van you drove, with crystal meth inside a hidden compartment. You're quite the carpenter, Mr. Jackson.
Fine, yeah, it's mine. That doesn't prove I'm a killer.
Your co-counsel has been
Whoa.
strangely quiet, Patty. Even you have to know he could have objected a dozen times to what I've had to say so far.
Why aren't you trying to stop her? She's badgering me, right?
Mr. Jackson, what will happen to you if you take the fall for the murders of these 8 women?
I guess Mr. Gondapur would go free.
Objection, Your Honor. Mr. Jackson doesn't know that. It's conjecture.
Sustained.
So you found your voice after all, counsel. No more questions, Your Honor.
Ooh, we're ahead by 90. The jury seems convinced by your case. You know what that means if he tries to lay another deal.
So what do you want, Mr. Jackson?
I want a deal.
Oh? What's your lawyer think?
Oh, he
Gondapur
wants
thinks
a
I'm an
deal.
idiot, but I know when I'm being set up.
Really?
You're a little late to that party, but I guess you got there. What are you offering?
Say I know what happened to those girls. Say I was there. Say maybe I had something to do with it, but I didn't kill them.
That might be worth something.
Accessory after the fact? That's 7 years no parole, but it's got to be concurrent with the time I got breaking parole.
Concurrent?
Ooh,
Yeah, sometimes you can learn useful stuff in prison.
he's getting his words. Alright. Make a plea. What did he want? I don't even know. I was just like, so he's kind of smart after all. Alright, accessory after the fact, that's 7 years, no parole, but it's got to be concurrent with the time I got breaking parole. I say 12 years plus 5 served concurrently.
12 years. You can do the 5 you have coming concurrently. No parole.
Okay, I just don't want to go down for this alone, that's it.
Dang, probably could have gotten on 20 years and he would have said yes.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I realize this is unusual, but it's important that you know Mr. Jackson has agreed to plead guilty to the charges against him. This means Mr. Jackson and Mr. Gondapur are no longer co-defendants. Mr. Jackson now testifies for the people. The prosecution may proceed.
Alright, so. what's
Did
the
you
first statement?
personally see Mr. Gondapur with any of the women he is charged with killing?
Yeah, all of them.
Tell us about the first.
It was the night we just had one girl at the house.
That was Angelica Moore, correct?
Yeah, she changed her mind, wanted to leave. Mr. Gondapur held her down while I raped her. When I was done, well...
Keep quiet! Last chance, Mr. Gondapur. Remain silent or I'll have you removed.
Gondapur goes, we better make sure she doesn't say anything to anybody.
What did he mean?
I go back to jail, so he killed her.
Ooh. And what about Wendy?
What happened with Wendy Crane?
I get her into the van, give her a little meth. She said she was up for whatever, so I pulled out my knife to tie her up. She starts freaking out. She's hitting me.
Did we find a knife? I don't remember if we found a knife. I know we found the blood and the meth and the duct tape and the zip ties and the burlap sack. I don't ever... remember finding the knife. No. What evidence did they find? Wait, oh, with Mundy. Okay. They found, what did I say, duct tape. See that he cut himself with the thingy. I don't remember finding us a box opener. In the shed. Was there a bloody cutting tool? I think it might have been with the with all that blood.
Then what?
She jumps out of the van screaming her head off. I just kind of put my hands around her throat just to shut her up, you know? But before I knew, she ain't screaming anymore.
Mr. Jackson, how did you and Mr. Gondapur first get to know each other?
I started getting the grounds around his house ready for spring. I told him I was on parole. He asked what for. I told him.
For rape, correct?
Yeah. I thought for sure he'd tell my boss not to let me come back, but he seemed really interested. Kept asking me questions about it.
Did you ever bring prostitutes to Mr. Gondapur's home at his request?
Yeah, a lot of them.
That is a lie!
Mr. Gondapur, sit down!
Wait. I thought you said that you were going to take him out if
First, he had me bring back hookers to the house 2 at a time.
Don't
We'd
make
party together, do some ice. That's crystal meth. At least I would, and the girls would.
Objection, Your Honor. The witness's story is complete fabrication.
Is it a complete fabrication? I don't know. I was droning out his voice. No. It's not. It's the real deal. What part is proven by evidence? Blood from Wendy Crane was in the tool shed.
Overruled. You'll have your chance to cross, Mr. Gondapur.
New topics have been revealed.
What became your pattern?
I'd go and find girls, bring them back. I took them to the garden shed, we'd party. Then Mr. Gondapur would kill them, strangle them.
Does Patty's description match the Mangler's M.O.? Yes. Who confirmed this to be the Mangler's M.O.? That was Detective Logan.
How many did he kill, Patty?
I don't know. 6, 7? That's what the newspaper said. I tried to forget him. I want the jury to know. I'm really sorry about how this all happened. I never would have done this if it wasn't for him.
I object to this character assassination.
Mr. Cutter, please instruct your witness to limit testimony to the question asked.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Ooh, you going down. You going down. The jury seems convinced by your case.
I demand a mistrial.
Motion denied. You asked for this circus, Mr. Gondapur. I'm going to see it through to the end. We'll let a higher court decide if justice was served.
Very well. I can prove this man acted alone. The evidence is at his apartment. I demand we send detectives to search it again.
Objection, Your Honor. The defense is stalling for time. Patty Jackson's apartment has already been thoroughly searched by investigators who found nothing.
Thoroughly, huh? Have you checked in the walls, in the crawl space, under his bed?
Court is recessed for the day. Counselors, I want to see you in my chambers.
No. Oh, no.
Cannot believe the judge approved Gondapur's request.
Nothing surprises me with this trial. Any clue from Jackson on what this evidence could be?
None. He won't talk.
I don't like it.
Gandapur knows that any evidence we find has to be turned over to him. It's what he's counting on. But why?
Whatever it is must implicate Jackson as being the real ringleader.
Wait a minute. The police never found the souvenirs taken from the victims. The locks of hair that were missing.
That was Jackson's MO when he committed those rapes in Washington Heights. If the search reveals trophies like that in his apartment, it would go a long way to convince a jury that Jackson was responsible for the murders, not Gondapur.
Get this. When detectives searched Jackson's van, they found a small jewelry box with a false bottom. Patty was a carpenter. He used the jewelry box to hide the crystal meth he used to disorient his victims. I'm willing to bet that's what Gandapur wants us to find in Jackson's apartment.
He knows it's there, but he wants us to find it. That gives him total deniability while nailing Jackson to the wall.
Call Logan. He might be able to help us thread a pretty small loophole
I just want to get Gandapur. I know he's guilty.
I'm going to take a walk. From this point on, keep me out of the loop.
From this point on,
Abby,
I just
it's
want
Mike
to stop
Logan.
playing this
I found
game.
something.
Don't tell me what it is.
Don't worry, I know the rules. I'll file my report after you guys conduct your own search. Just tell the uniforms not to shake the present too hard. Might break what's inside.
Thanks, Mike. You're a lifesaver.
Why don't you thank me with dinner?
Yeah, we messed up.
Remember,
I kind of
this
took
isn't
a
gonna
plea
work unless
with
he gets
Jackson
good and angry.
And gave him
Don't
12
worry.
to
I have a special
like
talent when it
9
comes
or
to
whatever.
infuriating people. Mr. Gondapur, you stated at the close of trial yesterday that investigators were to search Mr. Jackson's apartment again for evidence pertaining to this case.
Indeed.
They didn't find anything.
No.
I am well aware.
Gandapur is slippery. Try and focus on the facts of the case, names and places. Avoid more hot button issues that will allow Gandapur to distract the jury. Okay, so facts. Let's talk about Angelica Moore.
What was it about Angelica Moore, Mr. Gondapur? Why is it you were so fixated on her that months after you were arrested picking her up, you sent Mr. Jackson here to kidnap her for you?
She was a woman in need who I tried to help and who took advantage. That is all. The arrest was a misunderstanding and the charges were dropped.
Is Gandapur's recollection accurate? I don't think the charges were dropped. What really happened? Boom.
Misunderstanding? Are you sure? Because I have an affidavit by one Donald Deshawn, a.k.a. Bankroll, an associate of Angelica Moore's who swears under oath that Angelica changed her testimony after he received a bribe on her behalf of $1,000.
That is ridiculous. He must have me confused with someone else.
Oh, yeah, another person of Arab descent in Harlem who was arrested for assaulting Angelica Moore shortly before her death.
Are you trying to get a rise out of me, Mr. Cutter?
It doesn't seem to take much, Mr. Gondapur.
Ooh.
What did you want us to find in Patty Jackson's apartment, Mr. Gondapur?
What makes you think I expected you to find anything?
Yes, he did. He said check the under the bed and any hidden places. Boom! I starved for justice.
Under his bed. Yet detectives did a full sweep of the apartment and found nothing.
A chest! A small wooden chest! How could they miss it?
Yes, one wooden chest. Exhibit C, let's call it.
There! That's it! That will prove my innocence!
New topics have been revealed.
Mr. Gondapur, could you explain to the court how an empty wooden chest will prove you innocent?
Are you an imbecile? Give it to me! There! There, you see? He took a lock of their hair. I saw him do it to each girl. You didn't think I knew, did you? Nothing gets past me, you mongoloid.
Oh.
No. No, wait. I didn't mean that I'd...
No further questions, Your Honor.
No. I demand a mistrial.
No mistrial for you. Sit back down. Go to jail. You won by plus 40. Oh, for this testimony.
The prosecution rests, Your Honor.
Mr. Gondapur?
The defense rests, Your Honor.
The jury is to retire for deliberations. I'll send along jury instructions shortly. Court adjourned. Has the jury reached a unanimous verdict?
Come on, jury.
We have, Your Honor.
Come on.
Please read the verdict as it stands recorded.
In regards to Mr. Gondapur, as to counts 1 through 8, homicide in the first degree, guilty.
By this time tomorrow, I'll have the best law firm in Manhattan working overtime on my appeal.
I might do some comparison shopping if I were you. Your board of directors voted to have you removed.
So Patty Jackson goes back to jail and Gandaper gets multiple life sentences without parole. Well done.
Nice to see that the super rich are still held to the same standards of justice as the rest of us, once in a while.
At least until his appeal.
To the rest of us.
Is that what I think it is?
Briscoe's Little Black Book of Unsolved Cases.
How did you... Right. I don't want to know. Hold on. Frank Vincenzo Jr. I recognize that one.
Do tell.
He was a tenant in the apartment building where that Glock 17 was found.
Got a forwarding?
According to
Oh,
this,
yes,
he's still a
because I
tenant.
know where all
Thank
the
God
Glock
for rent
17
control.
murder weapons were found at. Well, unfortunately, that's gonna be it for tonight. You know, I'm thinking